You're listening to What's Up, Van Horn? And here are your hosts, DJ Rewind and Chris the Chief Herrera.
Good morning, everybody. This is a second episode of What's Up, Van Horn? As you can see, we don't have Chris here with us today. Apparently, he got a job. So he got a job. He's unable to attend today due to the fact that he has to be training. And this is our guest co-host, Mr. Alex Gonzalez.
Hello, everyone.
Mr. Alex Gonzalez comes to us from Van Horn, Texas, in case you don't know. And what's crazy is that he's planning to do this as well. Right, Alex?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he is attending Sul Ross State University and majoring in communications. Let me just turn down this music a little bit, guys, here. So, anyways. Do you hear that? That's the second part? Okay. Give me a second here, guys. We're kind of having some technical difficulties. Oh, I see what that was. Okay. Anyways, so he comes to us from Sul Ross State University, ladies and gentlemen, and he plans to do communications. How old are you?
I'm 21.
He's 21, guys. He's 21 and planning to do radio, so hopefully he succeeds very well. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Okay. So I know you're new to this. What we plan to do is we plan to talk local stuff, and hopefully people can get an idea of what we want to do here in Van Horn or have news and stuff like that. So first thing I want to mention in the show, guys, is OJ's benefit. Okay, OJ's having a benefit coming up this Saturday. He's got a dance, which are the Pecadores are playing.
Yes.
Yeah, Pecadores are playing. I know we mentioned it last week. So these guys are a pretty good band for a local band. So you guys go out there, support a good cause. I believe it's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's what the original. Yeah. 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. is the dance. It is, once again, is it 6 or 7? $7, right? $7 for stag and then $12 for a couple. Mm-hmm. Okay. So hopefully you guys can go out there, and anybody who knows OJ, he's been fighting this for a while, and it's a good cause. So, also, we have a couple businesses opening up in town.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a store called PX Express. Apparently, it's opening up. It's opening up Monday, right? Let me get the note here. It's opening up Monday, guys. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. It's gonna apparently have a more than average grocery department. It's also gonna have a beer cave, so that's a plus, dude.
For all you beer drinkers out there.
Yeah, and that'd be me. Apparently, is that you? Yeah, is that you as well?
Occasional.
Occasional. Shit, I'm more than occasional. Also, it's gonna have a hot foods operation going on, guys. That's not gonna be functional probably till Wednesday. Apparently. They'll be serving hot foods all day long. They're going to have a full Van Horn apparel department in this store, which will be filled up by the grand opening in October, guys. So kind of keep an eye out for that. They're going to have competitive fuel prices, everyday milk and bread specials. They're going to have monthly specials, which is Lotto, and Second Chance Lotto, which apparently is new. All the revenues are planned to stay in Van Horn so they can support Van Horn. It's going to employ about 10 to 12 people. So that's a good thing for our economy. You know, you make money in Van Horn, and hopefully it stays in Van Horn.
Oh, yeah.
And the store hours are going to be Sunday through Friday from 6 a.m. to midnight, and Saturdays from 6 a.m. to 1 a.m. So apparently they're staying open and catering to the beer crowd.
Oh, yeah. Maybe 24 hours, never know.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I mean, at least you can get gas somewhere 24 hours besides Pilot, or at least hot food. We also have a Fun City Party Supplies and Rentals opening up tomorrow at 9 a.m. So I had a chance to visit this store. It's actually more like a party city. It's got piñatas for sale. It's got different party supplies, and it's also got table and chair rentals.
Okay.
So if y'all guys are looking for that type of deal, and I know sometimes it's, especially if you do parties outside of the convention center and outside of the community center that doesn't have chairs and stuff like that, it's tough to find that stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
And so go by, check it out, support local businesses, guys, because if we support local businesses, our economy gets bigger, or our economy does better. We get, it's just a better place to be when there's more businesses around town. So on other news, we had a game this past Friday, last week, and we suffered a loss at the hands of the Golden Cranes. So yeah, these guys always, if you've ever seen Permian Basin teams, they're pretty tough, man.
I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, they I don't know if it's something they put in the water or what the heck it is. It's like these teams like Odessa Permian, Midland Lee, Midland High, Odessa High. These guys are always known to win games. Mm-hmm. So I think anybody that comes out of that area is going to be pretty tough to play anyway.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's Crane, Andrews, all that stuff. It's football country. I think we're football country too, just not as football country as those guys are. Right. I think they kind of put Texas football on the map.
Oh yeah.
So we have another game that we're playing today, actually. Who are we playing today, guys? We are playing, it looks like, is it today or tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow? It's Slayton, and we're playing in Wink. Apparently, kickoff time is 7:30 Central Standard Time. So if you guys can make it out there, y'all more than welcome to go out there, support Eagles, and hopefully we can get a win this time. Mm-hmm. And, honestly, when I used to play football, it didn't really matter till we played district, but getting a win no matter what is a good self-confidence booster anyway. So they hopefully they can go out there and get a win and come back and celebrate it, man. So what else do we got going on? Anything on your part, Alex?
Not just much, just the game and all these little new business opening. Go on support, especially now with that party, the little party city. What is it called?
Yeah, it's one of those things that whenever you need them, you don't have them.
Yeah.
And then because making a trip to El Paso is always tough.
Oh yeah.
You go out there, it's 120 miles away. Well, actually, they say 120 miles, but that means that it's to City Hall.
It's to City Hall.
Yeah, that's what that means. So actually, it's 120 miles to downtown. It's not. It's not 120 miles to Love's or Horizon, I guess. But even making the trip out there, it's double tough, dude. You always have to
with traffic, it's just horrible.
Yeah,
especially how El Paso's just getting so big.
Yeah, it is, man. I was there the past couple of days, and the Far East Side has grown so much. You know what I mean? It's like they got a whole different city over there.
And the construction, I don't know what's going on with the loops, and it's just
and I think that's smart. It's kind of like a means to an end, because if you've ever been in a bigger city with like San Antonio and Dallas, they got loops around the whole city. Everywhere. They kind of get everywhere. Yeah. So, and I think that's what they're doing with El Paso. Loop, what is it? 375? Yeah. Which is Joe Battle, Border Highway. It's all kind of connecting and making it easier to get around El Paso, which is good, because God knows they need it, man.
Oh, yeah.
So, I also went to the Marfa Lights Festival this past weekend. I'd never been to it. No,
I need to still go.
It's fun, man. They got it's so many different booths there. They got, of course, you have your food booths, and of course you have your toy booths and stuff like that. That's a given. But they have the Texas Lottery actually even set up a booth there.
What?
They were selling tickets, and I guess if they were selling scratch offs, and you could get there, and you could and the diversity of people was crazy. There were just so many people. It wasn't just like, one ethnicity. It was like just everybody was there. And of course, if you've ever been to Marfa, it's such an artsy town now.
Oh yeah. You
know what I mean? It's like before it was it was kind of just a lonely little town that
no one knew of.
Yeah. And I mean, the best thing that people knew about was the Marfa Lights. That was it. But now it consists of a lot of people from all over the country that go, man. We were walking around, and this lady made purses. She made purses out of cow skin.
Oh, wow.
And then an actual wood. real nice purses. And the lady came all the way from Austin, Texas. You know,
Awesome.
and I asked her, when I asked her, where are you from? And she's like, I'm from Austin. I go, you came all the way down here? And she goes, you know what? We saw the bit on 60 Minutes, and we had to come down here and check out what the fuss was all about.
Oh,
so
God,
that's crazy. You know, national exposure like that can really help. And now, now there's this. I saw a picture of you with the Playboy thing.
Yes. In fact, after that, I had a friend named Marfa who goes to Star Ross. She was also a communication major, and she sent me a picture. She's like, "Guess what?" And I was like, "What?" Well, Playboy Enterprises just put a Playboy bunny, it's the little neon sign, and then a car going over it. And I was like, what? And then I was like, well, I have to take a picture of that when I go. And sure enough, I did. And our Marfa being so small has so much history. It's a lot of fun. Maybe we all hate it, but I mean, you got to stop one day and you got to check it out.
You know what? We've gone to the nightlife there, and it's awesome.
Really?
They have. I think they got a bar called Planet Marfa.
Mm-hmm.
They also have one called Padres, and they have one called, I think it's called the Lost Horse Saloon.
Yes, I heard that.
And when we went to Planet Marfa, it was an awesome atmosphere. It's like a bar, but it's outdoors.
Yeah.
It's totally outdoors. I mean, there's
like a beer garden kind of.
Yeah, man. And that's I figure that's very attractive to people that just want to go out there and chill and have a beer and just talk and stuff like that. And especially with a smoke.
Mm-hmm.
That's the worst part of any bar.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot of towns now that have city ordinances where you can't smoke indoors, which is a good thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because Van Horn has a city ordinance for that, but I guess it doesn't include bars. Mm-hmm. Because if you've ever gone to Ruby's or Gilbert's and stuff like that, you come out smelling like an ashtray. So, which I mean, no offense to the smokers, because I know they like smoking.
Yeah.
But the thing is that some of it's weird how smokers tend not to smell like smoke,
mm-hmm.
but then people who don't smoke come out smelling the worst.
Yeah.
Like smokers don't ever come out with that scent.
Right.
Their car smells like it. Everything else smells like it, but they don't. And then a person who doesn't smoke, I mean, you get out there and you're like, I mean, you're in there for a second and it smells bad.
Especially when I wear a nice shirt and then you just go in and
yeah,
it's like, nah.
So much for the $40 cologne.
And it's weird because in Marfa, I have friends too. And in celebrities, of course, Beyonce was one of them. And then those of you who are Twilight fanatics, which I'm not. So
I'm not either.
Bella and I don't know who plays Edward. I think Robert Pattinson and I don't know what her name is.
Yeah.
They actually were in Marfa for a wedding this past summer. They stopped at a liquor store and bought a bottle of Patron and 2 packs of cigarettes. My friend sent me a copy of the receipt through the phone, and I'm like, what? This is crazy. Like, how come we never get this kind of excitement? And they do.
I think the closest we get to that is probably the buses parking at Pilot. And then everybody just takes pictures of everybody next to the gas pump. I mean, that's it. I think that's as close as we get.
Yeah.
But, and then we decided to go out to go see the Ghost Lights.
Right on.
And apparently during the Marfa Lights festivals where I guess everybody decides to go out there because it was packed. Apparently they have like a whole little viewing center for it.
Mm-hmm.
We went out there and I had been out there once and by myself and it's pretty scary. Yeah, but by yourself, yeah. But there was tons of people there. Which is, it's crazy how people go out of their way just to see that. You know what I mean? I didn't see no Marfa Lights out there. I don't know. I think I've seen them once. So when I say I think, I think from what they explained to me what they were is what I thought I saw. So, but unfortunately, there was a little kid with like those light up shoes that was just distracting everybody.
Oh yeah.
So everybody was kind of ticked off at him. But either way, one crazy thing about that little place, we were there and they have restrooms there, right?
At the Marfa Lights, the little Marfa Lights viewing?
The little viewing place. Apparently, those toilets have like tunnels that go down way underground.
What?
Yeah, we looked in there, and I mean, there's like a bottomless pit to the toilets.
Oh my god,
it's nuts. And I was like, this is such a hazard. If a little kid like were to just look in there and fall, could you imagine?
Not coming back again.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So I don't know what the deal, but that was just a little tidbit for y'all in case y'all ever stop by there. So there's something. If you don't get to see the Marfa Lights, just look at the bottomless pit at the toilets. So that's pretty much it in local news, man. I mean, hopefully we can get a win out of and then so other stuff we got going around the country. If for all you Apple fans, September 10th is the Apple event. I think they're going to be releasing the iPhone 5S. So keep a lookout for that. The 5S supposedly is going to come in, that black color that they have now, the white color, and a champagne color, apparently.
Oh, really?
Like a gold color. So that's something to look out for. I think they're going to be announcing iOS 7, which is a new software. Well, they already announced it, but I think it's going to go ahead and be released. I don't know if they're going to be announcing any new iPads, which I'm hoping they'll do like a Retina display on.
And what's the thing with the iOS 5 or the S?
iOS 7?
Yeah. No, the other one.
The 5S?
Yeah.
The 5S apparently is going to have a better camera, and there's rumors that it's going to have a fingerprint sensor.
Fingerprint sensor
on the home button.
What?
So there's rumors. I don't know how true it is, but that's from what I hear. It's gonna have a fingerprint sensor. Apparently, that's gonna be a new security feature on it. Instead of, I'm pretty sure it's still gonna have a swipe to unlock, but instead of a passcode, possibly you could put your fingerprint on the home button and it'll recognize it. So that's pretty crazy.
I know a lot of people are competitive with these phones, especially with the Galaxy S4.
You know what? Let me tell you. I used to have the Galaxy Note 2, and if anybody's ever seen this phone, it's huge. Okay, and apparently I just saw the preview to the Galaxy Note 3.
Oh, there's gonna be another one?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
The original Note, I think it had a 5.5 inch display. This guy's got a 5.7, so it's just that much bigger. I guess I was too invested into Apple to cross over.
Yeah.
My apps, my music, and I found myself trying to turn this huge phone into an iPhone. Like I missed the way I received messages. I missed the sounds it made. Just the function. To me, an iPhone's easy, and a lot of people mock it because older people use it. Maybe that's why, because it's easier.
Yeah.
But so I just couldn't get into the Android part of it, man. I just couldn't. Now I'm invested into Apple too much to kind of cross over into it. So you have an iPhone too, right?
Yes, the iPhone 5.
Yeah, iPhone 5. So, I just wouldn't trade it. I tried it. I didn't like it. So, I have a lot of friends that really give me hell about the iPhone, and they're like, Samsung, my Galaxy can do this, and
it's always that, yeah.
Yeah, but honestly, like, who watches videos while reading a text message? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're sitting there. If I'm reading the text message, I'm reading the text message. If I'm, if I want to watch a video, I'm strictly watching a video. I'm not worried about, oh man, I can read a text message while I'm watching it. So I just press pause, and then it doesn't take. In other words, it doesn't take that much effort to do that on an iPhone. But
what gets really annoying is commercials. I don't know if you've ever seen on TV with the Nokia Lumia, whatever, that new phone.
Oh yeah, it's got that 41 megapixel camera. Yeah,
people are competitive, and it's just.
I don't see that. I that's one of those devices I would have to see in order to
believe.
See what. Yeah. Well, I believe it. It's just the fact of the matter is that I don't know if it lives up to the hype. You know what I mean? A 41 megapixel camera. Most of these expensive cameras are up to that, and it's hard for me to believe that a phone can have that kind of quality that
that's what I'm thinking.
Like a $4,000 camera has.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to swallow. Maybe not the lighting and stuff like that, but I don't know. To me, it's kind of crazy. So apparently, there's this kid in China, 5 years old. He is the youngest to ever fly a plane
in China.
In China, this kid was 5 years old. His dad is I guess he's pushing him to do all kinds of crazy stuff. He made him climb Mount Fuji.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and this kid he makes him walk outside in single degree weather. He wants him to be such this adventure, and they don't know. There's a controversy about this dad. Apparently, they don't know if he's a pushy parent or he's a child abuse. So
that's crazy, man.
I don't know. That is pretty crazy.
You think that week on the world records book or no?
I don't know. I don't think he'll break any records. Maybe for being the youngest, possibly, but.
Because I don't know if you've ever been to San Antonio, been to the Guinness World Records Museum. They have from where people from the past have done crazy stuff, or those replicas of what they made. They have it there. Surprising.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's in downtown, across the Alamo.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man. That's cool. You have, speaking of world records, you're running in the color run,
Yes,
right?
next Sunday in El Paso.
How does that work?
It's a 5K run, and it's charity goes to the American Cancer Society, and it's just usually 3 miles, but it's a run for everybody. You don't have to run or walk; you can do both. And they advise people who are running to stay to the left, I think, or the right, and then the people who are running the opposite side.
So there's people walking too.
Mm-hmm, yeah, it's
So
an event for everyone, for all ages.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing like
But
harsh.
what's the deal with a color run? What's the difference between any? I mean,
the color run is basically just you running, but it's with excitement. Of course, you run maybe like every little quarter or maybe half a mile. They throw one separate color, like it'll be orange, and then you go the other half a mile, it'll be blue, pink, and then yellow.
so in other words, by the time you get to the finish line,
You're just covered in colors, and they give you what's neat is like a packet of colors, but they tell you wait to the finish line when we get onto a crowd because they'll do the explosion of colors, and that's everyone throwing them up. So it's just color madness. It's a real neat color. I mean, it's a really event. I'm going to say that because a lot of people participate, and it's a real good charity. I mean, you donate for a cause.
And let me ask you, how much does it cost to get into something like that?
When I registered, I did the early registration. It was $40. I'm thinking right now it's $50, and I think you still have till I think the Friday before to register, if they have not sold out yet.
Oh wow! So they can actually sell out these events.
There's been in Dallas, they've been in Denver, they've sold out in big cities, and I was waiting till when the registration don't open, and I just registered, but they do sell out. It's a major event, real major.
That's cool.
And I'm glad they're coming to El Paso. I'm gonna be part of that.
But you're apparently you're into fitness too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody's got this deal going on. You watch your Instagram and your Facebook, and it's total pictures of people working out nowadays.
Right.
Green smoothies,
Greek yogurt on turkey burgers. I've seen that too.
I mean, and Shakeology, which is that stuff from Beachbody and stuff like that. One of my girlfriend's cousins apparently makes pancakes out of Shakeology.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can. Actually, you can.
Yes, that's pretty crazy. So like, there's a lot of substitutes you can do to stay healthy, and you had a significant weight loss.
Yes. I know. I just went. I don't know why. I decided, of course, out of high school, you got a hand, dudes are partying, and you're not being yourself anymore. You're getting wild. And I decided to take, control, and I did Turbo Fire, which is intense cardio with Shalene Johnson.
I've seen that program, and it's pretty tough, man.
I already completed my 3 months. I'm doing this month. My next 2 months are advanced classes, so I'm excited about that. And I go on her Instagram. I follow her. She has these really healthy tips. I follow her, her workout guides that are also in the video with her working out. And they post foods. Like, there's one I really want to try with that turkey burger, with Greek yogurt. It looks really interesting. But they say it's really messy, but it's a real good...
burger.
A good burger, because you don't have to eat the calories.
Yeah, because, I think the hardest part of fitness is the eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, most people, like me, for example, I try to diet. Mm-hmm. It's just that, you eating fruit all the time and, eating these greens all the time gets very, like, how can I put, flavorless for me.
Yeah.
There's something about, like, yeah, really, there's something about just... eating a good old fashioned burger,
than having
like a turkey burger or don't get me wrong, they're good.
Yeah,
but it doesn't scratch that itch for me.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually I break it, and then I'm just like, eventually it just the DVDs don't end up getting played anymore.
No, but it's real neat. I mean, once you get yourself motivated, determined, I mean,
and I think that's half the battle is the determination.
And I really don't. A lot of people take these protein shakes, post-workout, pre-workout drinks. I don't really go by that. I do. My mom sells this kind of natural supplements called For Life, and I'm sure some of y'all have already heard of it. If not, it's natural supplements made from natural ingredients, and it's actually helped a lot of people. And they sell a variety of supplements from from stress formula to if you have like bad aches or something like that. Also with energy. I mean, they have a lot of things. It's natural, and I've tried it, and a lot of the times people say, is it that? I'm like, I don't think it's that. It's just, you got to work out and you got to do your exercise.
Yeah.
It's not always the pill or the supplement.
You have to work out. That's the biggest part. Is you have to work out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the problem with Van Horn is that we don't really have that workout facility. I mean, I know a lot of people go to the weight room,
but there's not much options.
It's like that's. The weight room's not made for public use. Mm-hmm. It's made for football players,
high school athletes.
Yeah, high school athletes. And it'd be nice if we had, you know,
gym, fitness center.
Don't get me wrong, because I know Gilda Morales has a place to work out too. And I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get me wrong. I think it takes a lot of money to invest before you can get an actual gym like Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Or you know, EP Fitness or something
Valley
like that.
Fitness. All
Yeah,
that.
you know, because, you know, to have a studio to work, to have classes in, to
Yoga,
have
sauna room.
sauna room and the actual workout machines. I'm pretty sure it takes a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's something that would work here in Van Horn.
Really, because we have a lot of Border Patrol, DPS that need their workout.
Yeah, and everybody ends up either going to the field house or walking around the track, but by the time you do it, I mean, it's like, you know, it'd be good to have something like
kind of indoors because due to the weather.
Yeah,
you know, we have Van Horn.
Not only weather, but the lighting.
Yeah,
you know, once the track gets dark or it gets dark out there at the football field, no one wants to go out there.
Yeah,
you know, everybody's done. I mean, the day's pretty much over after that. So if you had a facility like you know, like Planet Fitness or any workout, it doesn't have to necessarily be a brand name, but if you had a place to work out that had lights and, you know, you felt safe there, you know, I think people would go. And, you know, it's an investment. I just know it's for anyone out there that have money. That's one thing y'all need to invest in is a workout place. So, you know, the healthier we are, the longer we stay around, the more money, you know, gets spent in Van Horn. So, speaking of Facebook and Instagram, on another topic that's kind of been bothering me for a while. Not bothering me, but it's kind of like, it really astounds me. You know, anybody has Facebook, and if you're probably watching, you have Facebook because you follow the link. You know, apparently there's a deal. I see guys on Facebook, and I don't know if you've ever been on Facebook. There's a bunch of pages that, you know, that have like how can I put it? You know, not nasty pictures. I wouldn't say nasty pictures, but they're like pictures of women. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's really funny to me because these guys like the page all the time, and most of the time it's you know, it's like big butts or or you know, whatever it may be. But these guys, you know, they're married guys, or they're you know, they're the guys with girlfriends, and it really astonishes me as to how they could like a page like that.
And everyone sees it.
Yeah, everyone sees it. It's on the feed, man. It says, you know, this person liked 915 hoes or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, how is this guy not getting in trouble by his girlfriend? Because you know, you have friends on Facebook, and you know, if you live in Van Horn, you know who goes out with who. Yeah, you know what I mean. So if you have the guy as a friend and you have the girl as a friend, it really it trips me out that they wouldn't have each other as friends. You know what I mean?
Right on.
So like if like for me example, if I like girls with big butts, then my girlfriend's gonna see that I like girls with big butts, and I think that would really get her mad. Don't you think, dude?
Yeah.
So I don't know what that craze is. It's just something that was kind of scratching me and wondering.
And then most of it is not always like the married men. I see a lot of young kids. You know, they're going through their stages, of course, but you know, you see their page and it says, "Well, you know this person likes."
That's true too, because I've seen plenty of young kids like the same pages, and I'm like, that's crazy. But you know what? I mean, now we live in an age where they're gonna find it somehow.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't prevent it. It's out there. The best thing to do is just kind of, to me, with my kids, I want to talk to them about it. You know, I want to tell them about everything I want to be honest with them. I'm not going to be one of them parents, like, especially I got a 5-year-old. If she comes up to me and she has questions, I'm going to answer them honestly. I think that's the best thing you can do, because if you don't answer honestly, they're going to get the truthful answer from somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you know, if they get it from somewhere else, they might. You know, it's better for you to educate on them, I think, than to somebody else do it. Right. You know, because if you do that, they're just gonna be sitting there wondering. You know what I mean? So I don't know. How did your parents handle it? Did your parents handle that stuff at all?
They really didn't talk about much of it, I guess, because I know for a parent at best, it's probably, you know, they're gonna bring that talk up, you know, a little conversation. But mainly, I think my dad was more the one to explain. My mom was more like, you better shut up about it, and you know, don't say anything like that.
I think what it was is like back then, it's like society wasn't there yet. You know what I mean? It was kind of like hush hush, and you have to be. It's kind of like when you like transition from 20 to 21 now that you can buy beer.
Mm-hmm.
So now they can actually tell you, oh, I like this beer, I like that beer. You know what I mean? So you're allowed to listen into an adult conversation about alcohol because now you're amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and back then, you know, it's like nowadays. I mean, they're learning about it. You got people pregnant like at 14. I was watching Teen Mom 3.
Right.
To me, that there's a third sequel means that just teen pregnancy still happening like crazy. You know, that means that when there's Teen Mom 14, you know what I mean? you know, so I don't know what it is with kids nowadays. You know?
I just blame the media. You know, a lot of the stuff, especially with Jersey Shore. You know, a lot of the kids are starting like to be like want to be like them, knowing it's like that kind of side. You know, yeah, you can, but it doesn't look good on your ass sometimes when you're getting older and older as you look at it.
Yeah.
A lot of the kids are like, oh well, I want to get like wasted or something like that. You don't know what that means. I was like,
yeah, and they don't know what that means.
Yeah.
You know, the whole bad part about it is the getting in trouble part about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? By the time you're 21 and you maybe not even 21 for some people, but by the time you get older and you decide, hey, I want to do this as a career, or I want to do this as a career, you know, you got a rap sheet on you, and it's really tough to go into any, especially, you know, most fields require you. You're pretty squeaky clean.
Yeah.
You know, any legit fields like, you know, a lawyer or
doctor.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Teacher,
politics. You know what I mean? Anybody can get dirt on you, you're done, dude. You know? So, I mean, yeah, especially teachers too, you know? So, you go out there and try to have a career and you get wrapped up in a rap sheet, and it's a tough deal.
I mean, nowadays you can't control. I know with music, it's just cuss word to cuss word, profanity. I mean, like, you know, you listen to it and you're like, oh, well, to me, it's like, you know, of course you're grown up, but for a kid already at 13, 12.
Yeah, because once you're that age, it's like it's curiosity city.
Yeah,
people want to know. I mean, kids want to know what's going on, especially you know, now we have a more open society now.
Right.
You know, it's not like it used to be. A lot of stuff used to be like adult censored and stuff like that. Now it's not. It's pretty much people. If you want to find it, it's on the internet somewhere. Yeah. You know what I mean?
On there.
So, what's going on in Sal Ross?
Sal Ross next Friday or Saturday, I believe, the Sal Ross Lobos take on the New Mexico Groundhounds at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas.
They're playing in
Cowboy Stadium.
Well,
actually now called AT&T Stadium. I don't know why they changed it.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I follow it. Well, of course, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, and I just recently was liking a page, and when one day I looked, and it says the Cowboy Stadium is now the new AT&T Stadium, which I don't think it's a good name, but
well, you know, the thing is that most stadiums have sponsorships like that.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the one in Houston is Reliant,
yes,
which is an electrical company.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Staples Center, which is in, I think, LA, which is like for the Lakers.
AT&T Center in San Antonio for the Spurs.
Yeah, so apparently, you know, I think what it is that you post your brand on top of a stadium like that, and you're well known. You know what I mean? On top of that, they probably pay some of the bills as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know that it went to AT&T. Mm-hmm. That's nuts. It always that just been Cowboy Stadium.
Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, apparently Jerry Jones ran out of some money. So that's cool. That's cool that they're playing in. And when is this?
It's next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Who are they playing?
The New Mexico Greyhounds. I have no clue what university they're from, but they're from New Mexico.
That's cool. So anybody's going to be in Dallas, if you want to get a taste of, I guess, West Texas flavor, you can go buy Cowboys. And you said the tickets weren't even expensive.
About $45.
That's not bad. And then, I mean, you get to get into the new stadium for $45.
Mm-hmm.
That's
get good
cheap.
seats. I mean, you don't have to pay the whole Cowboy kind of price where you're going to want to go for the game like that.
Yeah, because I wanted to go to the Redskins game.
Mm-hmm.
And tickets are... I mean, one of my friends told me, you know, this seating is a good seating, which is like a certain section. And I looked up those ticket prices, and they were ridiculous, man. They were like $300 per ticket. And I'm like, you know, I like the Cowboys, but I don't think I would spend that much money. I mean, if I was a diehard fan, I mean, I would. You know, don't get me wrong, maybe for the whole experience. But from what I understand, even just tailgating out there is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. In the party room, I know some of y'all who...
The party passes.
are $35, and you just up there and, of course, drink or...
And you just walk around pretty much.
But it's a real experience, so if you don't want to sit down in seats.
Yeah. And, I mean, I think most people... Well, I think I could do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if my girlfriend could do that, but I know I could do that. And she probably would. I mean, the drinking part I know she can do. But, I mean... So, anything. What else is going on? How's the semester going for you?
I barely started, so hopefully it'll be okay. I'm taking video editing. Due to I'm a mass communication major, we do from broadcasting, digital. I mean, we work with all that. I know how to make videos, and last fall semester, I was in a basic television class, and I made a little 5-minute short clip, just a little movie where we're gonna make, and I did it at the Shops on Broadway, which was still existing, and it was really neat because I got an A in that class. But it shows you from the director's point of view and also from TV's kind of view, so it really puts them together. I also did a basic radio where we had to get those old, I guess what you call it, voice recorders. Those old school ones where you just press the record. Sometimes your voice sounds like so staticky, or your voice sounds clear, depending on what it is.
You record what, tape?
Record tapes. Sometimes the instructor would say, okay, I'm going to give you all a topic and you're going to do this. Like one day I did on one topic of pure celebrity news. Then I did El Paso news, like breaking news like this and this and that. And then one time, for our last final project, we did a morning radio show, and it was involving a group of 3 or 4 people. And I had two of them in my group. And we did a morning show. We did I would talk about the celebrity, what happened to this person, and then the other person would talk politics. So we kind of made it more into a debate, but it was more changing it up. And it's weird because people you have in that class you don't even know, and that person I was working with happens to be drafted in the what's it called? I guess the Atlanta Braves, the baseball league.
Yeah.
And it's weird because when I found that out, I was like, I used to work with him in a group, and it's weird. But, a lot of the times you work with people that have creative ideas, and I always like that.
Yeah, and that's what we wanted to do here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I know when I came into this, I had no remotely idea where to start. So I started YouTubing stuff like crazy, or podcast studios and stuff like that. And it gives you an idea in a sense. And believe me, guys, if you end up spending more money than you think you are, dude. The $200 kit that's on sale on eBay doesn't do it justice.
Mm-hmm.
You really need production software. You need all kinds of stuff to get it going. And so, but that's where we're at now. And now this studio's functional, and hopefully it's serving its purpose.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and you plan to graduate when?
Hopefully all goes good, either in December of 2014 or May of 2015.
2015. So you still got about another year.
A year. You can say a year and a half.
Year and a half. That's not too bad.
That's not too bad.
So what are you planning to do afterwards?
I'm planning to go to Texas Tech to receive my master's, because I do want to still teach university level, but I have to teach at a public school first to get that experience, because I still want to teach, university, get these, with kids that are interested in this major to go out and try it. A lot of people are they're undecided, and you got to pick one that is your interest.
So do you have any plans at all for you to do it? I mean, to go into the radio industry?
Yes.
And yeah, you do?
Hopefully, I don't know where I want to end up. With radio, you can go anywhere.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool thing about radio, is that you can pretty much do it in any city. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm a real big Howard Stern fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always wanted to do it. Always wanted to do it, and it's pretty fun. You know what I mean? I can see the work and effort it takes now to produce a show.
Yeah,
it's pretty
a lot.
It takes a lot.
I've had friends that told me, "Oh, just a little button you can press on air." I was like, "No." You got to know that beyond on air, you're only limited to a certain time. And same even if you have your own show, and you give in 20 seconds, those 20 seconds you better say what you're gonna say, or you're gonna get cut off.
Yeah.
And a lot of them think, "No, what's like that?" And a lot of people ask me, why are you interested in radio? What made you choose this major? Of course, my mom was one of them, because she's like, why don't you go be a nurse? Why don't you go be this and that?
And that's the typical.
The
typical Van Hornian family wants everybody to be a doctor. And unfortunately, I think there's 1 or 2 doctors come out of Van Horn.
Yeah.
But anyways.
And I don't know. It started back in junior high. I wanted to be a teacher, educator. But at the same time, I was like, well, maybe it won't work out, or maybe I will get tired of it. So I used to listen to Power 102 when we used to have that cable, hook up to your...
Yeah, we talked about that last week. Yeah.
I would listen to Patty Diaz. She's my favorite radio DJ from El Paso. And Gina Lee Fuentes, who used to work there. There was a lot of people who used to work there. And then, they would interest me because they would have a lot of fun. I went to their power jams, and it was crazy. So it was, it made me interested.
And plus, you're kind of a celebrity.
Yeah. So I just really want to... help out, or I just want to be on radio. I love it, being on there, and especially on TV too. It's a lot of, a wide range of what you can do, just more than just be on the mic or be on the scene.
It's a fun deal. So
yeah,
like I said before, guys, if y'all want to come down and announce your business, or if y'all want to come down and if y'all having charity events, which we have benefits all the time for a bunch,
definitely.
which is good. If y'all want to come down and be a guest on the show, y'all can. We're more than open to it. Like if you want to contact me at 915-588-9722. Our email is whatsupvanhorn@gmail.com. We also have a Facebook. Just search What's Up Van Horn, or a YouTube channel, which is you can search What's Up Van Horn as well, and subscribe. And hopefully, like I said, guys, we're looking for sponsors too. So anybody that wants to be sponsored out there, we're more than happy to advertise for y'all. And especially small businesses, big businesses, whatever it may be, y'all come along. So like I said, y'all are more than welcome to come on here and let people know what's up in Van Horn. So what else you got for us today? Apparently you came in today trying to tell us a story.
Yeah
a
lot of us, a lot of the radio, we've got some kind of stories. Some they're not made up. We always got to make it true, because not you're gonna bore the audience.
Yeah, you do.
And this one's about harsh breakups, but breakups at places where it's least unexpected. I got a friend of mine, and you find this funny, but got broken up at a Cheddar's restaurant in Odessa.
How did that happen?
Apparently they went out to eat, and the girl was just like being, of course, her little attitude that she was on. And the sad thing is the waiter even knew that it was going to be a breakup.
The waiter even knew?
Yeah. And she left him there, and I was like, what'd you do with the bill? And I was like, I had to pay for it. I was like, you and her food? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, man, if that was the case, I would have just left right there and made her pay for the whole thing.
That's the deal, is that's pretty tough when they when they eat your food and then they break up with you.
Right.
For me, it's like asking that old question. Would you rather be shot in the chest 3 times and die slowly, or would you rather have a bullet to the head and get it over with? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, if you're gonna break up with me, break up with me.
Right.
Don't sit there. Order probably a drink, have whatever you're going to have.
The most expensive thing on the menu.
Yeah. And then, say, you know what? I don't think it's going to work out. Well, tell me that before I even walked into Cheddar's with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't tell me that after I'm stuck with a bill.
And it's pretty sad. I mean, you just got to think about it. If you're in that shoes, you're probably embarrassed,
Well, I mean, as long as it didn't happen public, well, he's probably embarrassed now. But I mean, you know what I mean? Now, if it didn't happen in public, it's one thing. But just to walk, and so, did she have a ride leaving?
I have no idea. We didn't even touch that, but I just started laughing.
Because to me, if I took the girl, the most awkward thing would be actually getting back in the car with her and taking her back home. Because not only do you're broken up now it's like, oh, now I even got to give you a ride home on top of that. You know what I mean? So not only did you eat food that I paid for, now you're going to go ahead and waste my gas to take you home.
A lot of times you just got to leave them there, I would say.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. But, I mean, I think everybody has to go through their ups and downs before they realize who they want to be with anyway. It's not, how can I put it? You can't hit a home run without making a couple swings.
Right.
That's just a given. So, I mean, that sucks. Hopefully, and is he over it yet or no?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean,
he's moved on?
Yeah, what'd you eat? Did you eat some kind of dip just to make it feel better or what?
How long did they see each other for?
I guess about maybe, I'm going to say a while, but it wasn't too long. They knew each other before, but they wasn't going out. But, I mean, when they went out and she did this, it was like, that's embarrassing. I mean, I would be kind of like, oh.
So they were going out though, right?
Yeah, they were going out.
And
they knew each other as his friends, and then of course they started going out. But
well, maybe it was she kind of maybe that's why she stayed friends for a while. You know what I mean? With my girlfriend, I didn't go out. I knew her for 5 years before I actually started going out with her.
Yeah.
So she kept me in the friend zone forever. Which every guy that knows has been in the friend zone hates.
It sucks.
Yeah. So, I mean, but I'm going to give you a piece of advice, guys. Go for it, dude. You're not going to know until you go for it. Don't sit there and try to be the guy, the shoulder to cry on when the boyfriend breaks up with him. Because that's what you're going to always be, is the shoulder to cry on. Just go out there and just make the move. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I mean, at least then you'll know. You're not going to sit there 5 years from now, 10 years from now, wondering, man, I should have asked her out. I should have asked her out. You know what I mean? So just do it, So, yeah. apparently that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy.
I know a lot of people have got crazy stories in this one, so
yeah. So like I said, guys, we are having 2 businesses open. One is PS Express, which hopefully that's now I can get gas on the other side of town.
yeah.
Because I've always hated that, having to drive all the way from that side of town to one side of town to get gas. So PS Express, like I said, what do you say? Opening this Monday. 6 a.m. Hopefully you guys can drop by there and check it out. Good competitive fuel prices. They're gonna be open from was it Monday through Friday or Sunday through Friday at till midnight, from 6 a.m. to midnight, and then on Fridays till 1 a.m. They got a beer cave, guys. So hopefully, and I've been to those beer caves like at those Valeros in El Paso,
Circle K,
Circle K and stuff like that. They're real cool, man. I mean, you walk in and
just grab your little 18 pack or 30 pack, whatever.
Yeah, because a lot of the time, I mean, you have to open the door and kind of scouch down, and they're way back there, and it's really tough to get to those 20 packs of beer and stuff like that. So that's a change. That's apparently they took some notes out of there from El Paso and stuff like that. So you guys go check it out. Hopefully, it's gonna be pretty cool. And we have the party supply store opening up too.
Especially with Halloween being around.
Yeah. You know, one thing that I would love to see is I know the women's service leagues always have a Halloween party,
right on.
But it'd be nice to have like a full blown Halloween party, like the whole haunted house theme. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where they have like you have a haunted house to walk to, and then it eventually becomes a dance or something like that. That'd be really cool. Because I mean, it's weird how you get older, and then when you're young, you dress up for Halloween. Then you get to an age and you don't want to dress up no more. And then you get older, and it's like that's the way you have fun, is you party in costumes.
Yeah.
So I mean, because I know my girlfriend loves to freaking dress up for Halloween. So don't forget, guys, we also have OJ's thing going on this weekend.
Right.
So y'all go by, attend it, and hopefully, he does good, man. Because you hate to see a kid like that suffering. You know what I mean? You really hate to see a kid like that suffering. So, looks like we're just about out of time, Alex.
All right.
How'd you like the experience, man?
It was good.
Awesome. Awesome. So, once again, guys, this is Mr. Alex Gonzalez. And hopefully y'all had a good time. Like I said, we need sponsors, guys. So, give us a call, email, whatsupvanhorn@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And you guys just keep tuning in, and hopefully we can keep entertaining you guys, man. So that's it for today.
That's it.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good afternoon, and we will see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Hopefully we can get Chris back on here. Alex, you come by and see us again.
All right. Sure will.
Awesome, bro. So we'll see y'all guys. Y'all have a good afternoon, and hopefully go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.